And welcome to the first episode of the Fleet Nation podcast with Gipp, Goodie, and Sky Whatley. So they're here to talk to me about their hot new track, Auntie Love. But before we get started, of course, you guys know that you can follow me on Instagram at It's Just Miss Wells. And tap into the Fleet Nation podcast wherever you're listening to podcasts, but more importantly on the Fleet Radio Network app. So download that on your phones now. Do you guys want to go ahead and tell people where they can follow you at on social media?
Gipp Goodies. You can find Gipp at Gipp Goodies all on social media everywhere.
That's right. That's right. Sky Whatley, all platforms. Sky Whatley for sure.
All right, all right. So me and Sky had a chance to go ahead and pregame just a little bit before you hopped in, Gibb. But I do want both of y'all to just talk a little bit about how you know each other before the music.
Oh, like I said before, that's because, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, you know what I'm saying, come from where I'm from and having that tie, it was always like, when we found that out, him and being Goodie Mob and close, you know, relative, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that inspired us. Like, they gave us, like, life. Like, damn, we can get out of this little town, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't from but his blood from there, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was, we always looked up there. It inspired us. Like, I told people all the time, him, Sly Stone, and like, you know what I'm saying, people like that inspired me to, when I create like the hood rock style I had, right? But I always want to do a record with him. We always looked up to him, like, and it was bigger than just the music. It was like that, you know what I'm saying? When you find something out, it's like, dang, it's tangible. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can touch it. You feel me? It might have put a little more pressure on him because we were coming at him like, hey, cuz, goddamn, help us. But like I say, time heals all, man. When it's meant to be, you know what I'm saying? In God time, ain't no time like God time, you know. So we here.
That part. So just in case people don't know or have forgot, tell these people who you are. Reintroduce yourself. Let them know who it is, what's going on, so that we can make that connection with Sky too.
Man, how y'all doing? I'm Gipp from Goodie Mob. Dodger family. East Point. Atlanta's own. So with that being said, I think I should have enough.
Hip hop legend. Don't forget to put that in there too, because I think that's critical that we put that out there also.
Yay.
So, just to kind of kick this off, one of the things that I always do with my podcast is make sure that people understand the history and the story behind how you even got into the industry. So, talk just a little bit from both of you all's perspective about what got you interested into the music and what was your first like breakthrough area.
I'll go first since mine ain't as, you know what I'm saying, big as his, right? I got into it because, you know, my father, quartet singer, he's very known in Georgia in the Southeast as a quartet singer. So I started singing in church early age, right? You know, middle school happy to get introduced to rap. Like I said, you hear the Goodie Mob, you hear the Outkast that it's there. So you see it, and they just turned us up. Like, we want to go this route. Had some success, worked with JT Money and stuff like that, different artists like that, singing hooks and choruses and stuff like that. And just kept grinding. So, and throughout the years, you know, you start establishing yourself and, you know, learning what works for you, what doesn't work, learn the business of it. And then I think what now with Southern Soul, it just put me in a position at the perfect time and me knowing my lane and what I'm effective in. And here we are.
I love it. You could give us the edited version, Gibb. Of course, we know the history behind where you are now, but talk a little bit about this new part of your journey in the industry and what you're looking to accomplish right now as you're out doing these new collaborations.
Just now, just to stay relevant, to stay sharp with my pen. I'm so glad that my cousin got a hit, man. Like, man, it's Auntie Love. It inspired me to do something new. So, you know, instead of it being something easy, it gave me something else to do, and it gave me a new genre to kind of get acquainted with Southern Soul. So, with that being said, like, it's really about me just staying relevant in a world that's changing every day in music. And you know that's what it's all about. Last year was the 50th year hip hop, so I toured all year with Goodie Mob. This year it's all about style, Southern soul. So that's where we at, man.
Love it, love it. Southern soul. You guys have said this term a couple of different times in the conversation already. Let's unpack that. Like, what is Southern soul defined by you two?
Southern soul is it's that itch, it's that family feel you get. You know what I'm saying? It's the music what we consider how the South was in rap at a certain point in time. We knew about it, but they didn't know about it. And it was real hard down here where we at, like far as the music was dope. You know what I'm saying? Southern Soul is like a nephew of the blues. You know what I'm saying? It's basically some Southern brothers with some real gospel tones and some real life storylines on some hard beats that we feel. The world is reaching out to it now, accepting it now. The bigger cities are starting to look at it. But Southern Soul is like, it's just some, like the Goodie, like a soul food. It got all the live instrumentation. And nobody trying to be like nobody else. Everybody just having fun, singing about real life stuff that happened in these small towns and these pockets and stuff like that. So I think that's why it connects so well, because real life situations, ain't nobody trying to put on. We ain't talking about the money we got. We talking about the lady who was trying to get last night and she left with my partner. You feel me? The auntie that looks so good here, we want her.
I love it. I love it. So, Auntie Love, like you talked a little bit about the concept. It's the one that got away that I really wanted, like that older 80s, 70s type chick that's out there that still got that organic freshness about herself. Like, help us understand, like, when you are talking about Auntie Love, who is that song for?
I mean, Auntie Love, it can go both ways. It could be, I want some Auntie Love for the guys or whoever into that, right? But it could be also, bigging up the aunties. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got young aunties, older aunties. We give them their flowers, like Auntie Love. Like, I love you. This your love, baby. You know what I'm saying? We give you your flowers for making it to a certain point, because it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know the woman's story. You know what I'm saying? She can start out young, have kids. Her sister is an auntie at a young age at the same time. So, but the bigger picture, like I was saying earlier, is bringing the family back together. Like, you playing this kind of music, the aunties can hang with the nieces now and the nephews. But if you playing the other kind of music, not knocking it, like I said earlier, but like it just divides them. With this kind of music, they can find out auntie cool as hell. Like, damn, I ain't even know auntie vibe like this. Auntie cut the rug and everything. And it opens up that door. Now she can give niece game, give nephew game. Aunt can give nephew game, give niece, because it loosens up that space. They ain't got to be on edge. So that's love, Auntie Love.
Auntie Love.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's also important to give people like an insight into what it's like being a part of the industry. So you've got traction already with this hot new track, but talk just a little bit about what it took for you to really get the motion behind this particular Auntie Love single. Like, what were some of the strategies that you used? Did you do social media? Did you take it to the DJs? Did you just try to do a whole bunch of Facebook? Like, give them a little piece of the game.
I think when you're trying to get it, you do everything you can do. I mean, without selling yourself out, right? Yeah. So the whole thing is we applied the record, which is a good record first, like the talent. You know what I'm saying? Put that out, let the people decide, right? It's I continue to be myself. I'm a people person. I was on the ground with it. A lot of these people get so high up level they don't touch the ground. While they were doing all that posting and spending the budget up here, I was hitting these shows in these places they wouldn't go. What I'm doing though, I'm getting that house every night. The shows they wouldn't take, I would take. At 300 and now I got 150. I'm following me now. You know what I'm saying? So I posted from a grassroots approach, like a campaign that didn't have no big budget, right? And that's how I started winning over the people. And it became grassroots, word of mouth. And when I got to a certain level where I felt like cuz would respect it, I said, did what I got, cuz. It's a number one here. It's a number two here. It's a number one here. Put the groundwork in. Now I know with Atlanta influencing everything, you know what I'm saying? It takes somebody like cuz get on it. They're gonna get their ears and respect that other people who would probably listen to it, be like, okay, it's cool. But damn, let me see why he on it now. There's a whole, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but I made sure I put my groundwork in. I ain't just run up there like, cuz help me. Like I'm like, cuz I did this. Cause he put me on the clock. He was like, hey, he ain't got enough yet. Hold on. Wait till he get right here. Wait till he get right here. And I kept grinding. I ain't take that like no this and that. I'm like, all right, bet. I kept putting in my motion, and then it happened, and that's where it goes. So I had to put my footwork in. It wasn't no gimmicks or nothing like that. It was just hard work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you said something that a lot of people fail to realize is still relevant, and that's being feet on the street. Like you said, a lot of these artists think I can hop on social media, I can do a quick trend, and that's supposed to make me relevant and keep me there. But without you really going down onto that flat level, like platform and really connecting with the audience, the next track that you release, you want them to equally support that. And if you don't build that relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna be there to do that for you. It's just
Definitely.
gonna be one hit wonder.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And
So
that's the same thing I seen with them though. Like that's what I can say about the Atlanta artists. I think that's why they took over, because you can see them in it was tangible in Atlanta. You can go now and see the biggest artist right beside you. They ain't like get away. They run. It's like what's up, bro? Like you know what I'm saying? That's what I learned from the game. That's why Atlanta's so special. You go to New York or LA, you ain't gonna touch them folks, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can go to Atlanta, they like, what up? Like, shit, they might look at you like, why you looking so long, bro? You tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, bam. That's the whole thing. You got to be a people person.
but it's even crazier that you say that, especially living here in Nashville, Tennessee, where you have a lot of these labels and hubs, and you even got something that's termed like Music Row and Music City, you know what I mean? And you are still so very far disconnected from the A&Rs, the labels, and the tastemakers of the industry. But you nailed it. When you go to Atlanta, I might be at the gas station, I could be out eating, we might be at the mall. It's literally one of those places where you have to be trained to go and ready to connect, so that way you can make sure you get your name out there the way that you need to. And be fearless. Like, don't be scared if you have a product or a song or a business that you really standing on, to go and, like you did with Gibb, show him this is why this is valuable for you to connect with me, versus I need you to do me a favor and put me on type thing.
Right. Definitely.
Right.
So Gibb, like when Scott came to you, I think it's also important to understand what your thought process was when he initially came to you and said, I got something for you. Like, did you see the potential in him, which is why you pushed him to go out and make those additional connections before you just immediately hopped on the track? Or was it more of like, I want to make sure that he's really in it before I invest my time and move it forward right now?
It wasn't even about none of that. I mean, it's always about the work that's put in, and it's always about if I like the song. You know, I don't just rap just because I want to rap. You know, I rap because I'm doing it. The only thing that makes me want to rap is something that's new. It's something that's fresh. And I think that he just brought something that was new, something that was fresh, something that felt age-wise that was correct. You know, and I just felt like for it to be cuz, I mean, it's the perfect thing. I mean, it does nothing but push Rock My Georgia on the map, the place where my mother was born. So, I mean, for me personally, and where I grew up a lot during my youth in the mountains, I mean, it's just giving them kids right now today, that you can do it if you put in the work. So it's like Scott just been putting in the work. He's been all in the chip circuit doing his thing. He's been winning awards. He's been the best dressed this, number one this, and like you said, number two this, more records out. And we haven't even released the video yet. So, you know, people are gonna be in a treat. You know, we holding it for this. It's ready for springtime, summertime. We expect it to be at every barbecue this summer. So I'm just happy just to have another experience in music with my tour and everything that I do. It just continues to go because whenever you find a new record, you find new fans.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So like you seeded the conversation just right to say like the video isn't there yet, but can you give us like a little bit of a little taste of what we can expect when it does drop? Like I know it's gonna be at every cookout, every shindig this summer, in everybody's hot cars, but what's it gonna look like? What's it gonna feel
Every little step I take.
like?
You seen that video before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Little
go.
Bobby Brown.
Little Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Them girls like that Bobby Brown, man. We just brought it back one time, put a
Yeah,
new
we got a little
spin on it.
something for him. It's gonna be fun. It's fun. You got a little Bobby Brown for him.
Okay, awesome. So what's next? Like we know Auntie Love is coming, but what's gonna follow up with that? Do you have any shows lined up? Like what's the tour gonna look like? Give us a sneak peek into how this thing is gonna unfold for us.
Like we got a lot of shows like this already, on the books that I had prior, but now we're getting a lot of calls from me and Gipp. So, and then we got some inquiries or some mentions of possibly some tours on some bigger stages and stuff like that, festivals and stuff like that. So we just having fun with it right now. I think approaching it the right way and being intentional, like far as in letting the record take care of itself. Like what I'm saying, just making sure that we there and supporting it the right way. And
Right.
I think everything else is gonna fall in place because you can easily chase the numbers and book, but we want to make sure we want to be wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a demand. When you got something good like this, I think, like he was saying, let it organically happen and just be ready to be in place to where we can go ahead and support it, right? So the auntie's gonna be. It's almost sundress season, so.
Yay.
I'm talking about your timing was immaculate to know, like, let me go ahead and get these people excited about what's to come. And then as soon as it gets hot, drop it. Oh, I cannot wait. I can't
Oh
wait to
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. You're gonna
We
love
got
it.
this. It's gonna help with the pollen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also important to make sure that any artist that's coming up and looking for that inspiration and motivation to keep themselves going, like talk a little bit about how you keep yourself motivated in this industry.
Yep, you can let them know you've been in it long. How you keep yourself motivated?
I just say this. I mean, the less you ask for the less you understand is where you're gonna lose at. So I would say this, it's all about teaching yourself more than just the stage and being the artist. Teach yourself the business also. It's gonna be a lot of obstacles in this because it's no manual that comes with this. And I can tell you this too. If you don't love music, you won't be doing it for 20 to 30 years like me. So you got to understand, music got to be your love, not the money, not the fame, not the lifestyle, not none of that. You got to love doing music. You got to love the excitement of finding a new record, and more than the excitement of having more money from it. You know what I mean? Because new records expands your audience. So every time an artist finds a new way to do it, you know what I mean? Like, shouts out to 3000 this year, man. I mean, you dropped the Flute album and went #1. So again, like, that's music. That's a person that's in love with music. A person that's finding another way to do it and then becoming successful at doing it that way. That's the real love that music. I think when I came into the music business, people really love music. People really want to be a part of music. I think for the last 10 years, this thing has been totally controlled, totally directed, totally formulated. Uh, and I feel like it's a bubble. That's why music hasn't moved, because it's controlled. So it's like right now, to find a new genre like Southern Soul and see all the artists that's surviving without being in the middle or the top. They're surviving in a whole nother place and surviving well with great records that will surely last longer than a lot of these 5-year rap records that's just dropped in the last 5 years. It's like rap records come out and they did 24 hours. So, he started introducing me to some of these new artists like King George and all this. And he was like, yo, cuz they've been putting out records way back then. And I'm like, man, they still touring, yeah. And it's like, that's what lets you know those are the things that and the qualities that gives an artist longevity. You know, being able to be hot and wait until you can find something and reintroduce yourself to the world. But everybody don't make it. You know, it's a mental ride, but it's a ride of it's a journey, but it's one that if you love music, you never get tired of it. You know, it's an addiction that George Clinton taught us. He said a real musician dies on the stage. It is no age limit.
Right.
So it just lets you know, it separates the real from the fake at the end of the day.
Or you just drop gems. Like I could drop the mic right there. We can stop the conversation. Like the next person that comes up behind you, that's exactly what they need to hear. Like it needs to come from your heart more than anything. And if you're really passionate about it, then you'll be willing to endure all that comes along with it in the journey to get where it is that you're going.
But that's an artist though. That's the difference between an artist and somebody that's rapping. You know what I'm saying? Or just being like what they heard. That's what's gonna separate it. Like, you know, like he's saying, like artists gonna know it's in you, right? I went away for a while, but it bit me, the bug bit me again. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're trying to go away from it, it's still gonna keep hitting you, like, because you ain't gonna be comfortable with what you're doing, because you know this you. But like someone just in it for like say monetization or money or whatever like that, it's gonna be short lived because in the passion and that in you, that will get you through the hard times.
Yeah.
So like country is the new biggest thing that everybody is talking on. Like, where are y'all thoughts of that? Could you see you doing a country song and really in blending that?
I think all this is country, right? Even they album was country. Like
I'm on Blanco Brown's new album. It comes out March the 1st.
There we go.
You know, country is already something that we do. You know, like Goodie Mob always did. We always had a country song, so it's like that's not nothing new to us. You know what I mean? It's just I just think that it's just a big thing now because I think I don't know, it's being polarized for different reasons. You know what I mean? And I understand the pushback too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand the pushback because you know, everybody don't want nothing out of it. And there ain't no diss, but it's like some people don't want what pop music does and mix it with this. It's like they don't want that. You know what I mean? Like what pop music is and the things that you can do in pop music, that's cool. But country is like straight down the line, and we have set a way and a culture how we want to do it. Just because people now see it as a new place to get into and make revenue, they also want to change what has made country what country has always been. So I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, why are you getting it? Are you getting the country to exploit it, or are you getting the country because you like it? So it's like that's the real question to ask a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like anybody can do music, man, but you can't get mad if people can see through your glass.
Right. They getting into trying to, because you got some of these genres that doesn't, like he's saying, tie in what their whole goal is, right? The goal of the masses to push up on people. So some of them want to keep it where it was at, but we know these are the ones going to push back. So how do we infiltrate that?
Okay, so when you think about the future of music, do you think that what you all are doing right now is what's going to be able to bring the organicness back into the industry? Or do you think there's still a need for more artists and creatives and true people that are passionate about music to kind of get back in line to making music because it's important and not just for the money?
The industry gonna have to come over this side, I think.
Yeah.
They got to be in their root. They're gonna have to adjust. It's showing you right now.
Yeah.
That anchor music, what I call it, is anchor slave catcher music. It died out. You know what I'm saying? The anchor, it just stopped. It don't go nowhere. You keep it right there so you can control it. It can't get on the waves and travel and go the ways. You know what I'm saying? The wind blows the way it should be, just creative. And then the slave catcher music, like the slave catcher back in the day, they pay you, make you famous, put you on posters if you kill niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do with the rappers. You get some bodies, we're gonna make you big and famous, put you on the big poster. That's why I call it rap slave drill, slave catcher music to me. You feel me? But like this right here, they gonna have to come see us because the thing is, we don't need it really like that. You feel what I'm saying? The shows come, the people happy, the events are great. There's no violence and none of that. You know.
That's so true.
And that's what it's about right now. It's about finding a new frequency.
Yeah.
I think this new whole new wave of the record companies laying off all these people because it's like they're not going in that direction anymore. It's like they've learned how to make a rapper. So now they can just take that formula and take that around the world and make a rapper now. So that's the reason why now rappers probably won't get signed anymore because it's like now they're going after Afro beats and going after people don't understand the videos from Atlanta. That's an African that, you know, the first was Akon, but now we have the Vino, now we have Burna Boy. So now even Africa is making this run at pop music and big world stars. So the United States is just not the only place to get artists from anymore. There's nothing special about it. And the only thing that's gonna make it special is an artist that really dedicates his life to the art, to write songs that's gonna last forever. Like I mean, every artist gotta have a sound therapy. Every artist gotta have a record that's gonna play forever. Or you really haven't, you know, made it to the level where you need to be. Because only that and only striving for that is gonna make you want the next
one. I agree.
And we finna go hire all the people they fired. No, just
yeah, as well. What y'all know all they connects in.
Yeah, you know everything. Come on over here. Come on here, Big Red Records.
What? Yeah. There's a whole bunch of people probably moving out of New York, probably moving out of LA. Gotta go back home.
Come on down here. Come on down here.
You know, I've seen this before in the music business. This is what happened in the music business in like 98, 99. But it was the death of R&B.
Wow.
It was the death of R&B. Like R&B died, and rappers 50 Cent, 2000, Eminem, Nelly, they were singing rapping. So R&B died the whole 2000.
Damn.
So you got to look at the whole month. Think about it. When I first came in, it was about God. It was about Jodeci. It was about, you know, those type of groups. Those were the big groups in music. And about time 98, it was no Jodeci. You know what I mean? It was no, you know, God. It was, you know, so you got to look at the whole industry changed on them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, dang, y'all don't mess with R&B groups no more, singing groups no more. Nah, we're doing all rap now. So think about the rock when we were kids and just look at just music. When we was kids, rock and roll was all about party, cocaine, and devil worship. Where's rap got to now?
Oh, yeah.
And once it gets there, it dies. Every genre, once it gets to cocaine, the devil worship, and it's just living with no morals, it dies.
So do you think? Go ahead.
So that's the reason why the music industry is changing. It's like no more, like with them emptying out all these labels, these kids, if they don't know how to go to the road, set up shows, and really go out here and have a fan base, oh man, it's over with. You got to play for a little while. But only those that have been through a real label situation even know the tools it takes to survive outside of the internet. You know what I mean?
You just went exactly where I was going. Like, with so many people that have had a machine or a label or big businesses behind them to really push them, as we're going through these transitions and changes, like, what ways can an independent artist really get back to the roots of building their fan base? Do you recommend them going out and passing out? Well, you can't do really CDs, but you can do a jump drive just like you would a CD, or do flyers again, go out to shows and actually physically network with people? Like, what would be your secret to tapping into the industry in 2024?
I speak from a Southern Soul standpoint. CDs work with us, and you know what? Let me tell you something, bro. Like I tell them all the time, when I first come from where I come from, hip side, rap side, got in Southern Soul. A guy went on before me, right, at a big ass show. He say, "I got CDs." I'm backstage laughing like, "What the hell?" 300 people rushed the stage. Got backstage. He said, "You know what, bro? Over 70 people, 65 to 70% of people in America got a car that's made before 2000."
Right. Still got CDs.
I
And
mean,
then
you ain't
like
the label no more. You gotta get creative and be smart and do logistics and analytics.
Yeah.
There's still an audience for it.
there's an audience for it. And just to add on that, I mean, Goodie Mob did a signing in the record store about a month ago at DBS Sounds. We reissued our first album. We signed albums for 2 hours on wax, and we sold out. So like the wax and CDs is not dead for those that really want the experience of music.
Yeah, they coming back. Yeah.
So it's like the new generation is what's gonna have to learn how to get up off that internet and move. Because I mean, a lot of things and a lot of these artists have been built through bots. They've been built through social media posts. They've been built. I mean, like they've been built with a marketing campaign on social media with money behind it to make them more popular than even the records they make.
That's
So
why you can AI them so good. Because
yeah.
they're not touchable. They don't touch the people anyway. You can't AI Gipp. They're gonna be like, shit, I can go see Gipp right here.
And think about it. It's like once you have big shows like Rolling Loud and you got all these street artists, once that Rolling Loud stage not there and they came in those particular years, they have no way of getting to the bottom of their real core audience. They don't even know how to find them because they started out on big old stages and never been in the chitlin circuit.
And everybody scream at them damn shows. The bigger the crowd, hell, that's the. You feel me?
It don't even matter because really they just up there to play records and sing along with
Yeah.
The venue's so big and it's just everything's so big. It's like it would probably be a mess if they tried to do it live because it's only to make a big thing and get as many people in one place, and that's to have these many artists. But it's like that's not gonna last. And if that's what your career was built on, it's gonna be very hard to get back to a Rolling Loud stage and a label that's supporting you and giving you a budget for social media. That's over with. Mm. So it's like nobody has a cheat code no more.
You hit it right on the money. Like, it's gonna take for you to get out here and create a new wave that's sustainable versus expecting for somebody else to do it.
Right.
Or relying on what somebody else has already done.
And you can't think you're too big for something either. You're gonna be them off nights where you might have 200-300 clubs. You might have 5,000 this night, 10,000 night, 500 this night. You gotta have to work that. You got to work your move.
And I also think the social media robbed artists of being artists first before being famous. Because now you got artists that go out here in the club and just because they got a little social media buzz, they think somebody should pay them to sit in the club. It's like, where do y'all come up with all this shit from? Like, it was a time all we could do was go in and grab the mic. There was no stage for us. That's how we would get our records across. So, like when I'm looking at it now, it's like these artists come in, they more worried about they look, what they drive, and everything else instead of promoting the music. And it's like that's only because they had so many crutches in this last 10 years because it was almost like labels kept making up new things and new ways to market and get you to as many people as possible. But really all it did was kill the careers of so many young artists. It's like if you ain't got a hit record but you got a Ford commercial, what's after that?
But you said something also where when you think about the DJs, thinking about Fleet DJs in a whole, like when the labels started really getting behind this artist, it stopped the need for the DJs the way it used to, or those hole in the wall places that would let artists come in and grab the mic and connect with the crowd, or even your street team that was out there doing promotion for you while you inside the club making the connections. And people that were pushed out when labels and big businesses started coming into this space, they actually have the opportunity to come back in with a new approach to be able to continue to shift the dynamics back to where talent is what's going to be able to drive those connections versus the money side of it.
Which why Southern Soul is so strong right now.
Go ahead.
That's why Southern Soul is so strong. Like they were force feeding the people the talent, right? We found this was hot. No, it's not. Bring that boy over here, we'll spank his ass every night of the week on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showmanship, we'll spank their ass. Real shows, real vocals, real interacting with the crowd, real skits, like, you know what I'm saying? The whole setups, like it's real shows. And that's what I'm saying, like even the A&R part of it, like we practice, we rehearse. You know what I'm saying? It's like we ain't getting out there holding the mic like we ain't never held it before. You know what I'm saying? We take it for real. But like you said, like with them going saying leaving the DJs in the club, even a lot of DJs is in Southern Soul now. Like far as the parties, hosting, DJing for artists. You know what I'm saying? Because they see the craft is here. You can be creative again, have fun with it. Because the audience want fun. So you can go back to scratch whatever you want to do here. It's cool here because they want a show. They want entertainment.
Yeah.
Man, you guys came on here and have blown me away. I mean, the gems that you have dropped in a very short amount of time is definitely needed, because a lot of the times you got these artists out here that think, if I just keep sharing it on social media, if I keep putting it over this video, or if I get the labels to listen to it, it automatically means that I'm on. When in reality, like, this whole game is changing. And if you really gonna make a name for yourself, like Gipp said, you gotta be passionate about it. But what Sky has proven is that you gotta put in the work behind it too, and make sure that you get the people to support you. So when the next track comes out, that's gonna have even more steam behind it what that previous one did. So
you can have these artists with all these views, not to cut you off, but like these bots, and I can have 20, 30,000 views, but my fan base is bigger and it lasts longer and more shows with me, not with 100 people on the flyer, come to see me. 100, 200 people, that's building every time. Versus if you take a lot of these artists, like he was saying, by themselves off that flyer, the Rolling Louds, nobody there. It's crickets.
So here's one other thing that I do want to dive into, though. Like, Scott, talk a little bit about the money that you invested into it. Was it like something when you first started out where you had to put a large chunk into it? Or was it one of those things where you strategically, you built the song and then had a plan of action behind how I'm going to get the traction behind it?
I think like with any investment, you look at the risk and the reward. First of all, it wasn't about the monetization of it. It was like, I got a passion. I like how this feels. Let me see how this works, right? So you have your research. That's me getting out there, trial and error with it, right? Once I seen something working, okay, let me spread it here. Once I see a reward, whatever I put in, I seen a kickback off my investment. Okay, this is how it works. Let me get a little more. So I don't think it's like leading with the money, right? It's about like, because a lot of stuff, when you got a good product, it's gonna sell. Not saying you don't need a budget, nothing like that, but I'm saying like we learn from rap, just because you got a budget, does it, you know what I'm saying? You throw that in their face, it don't mean you're gonna recoup.
It don't mean that no more.
Yeah, it don't. Yeah, so we rather have a good product and I show up every night. You feel what I'm saying? I might help the DJ take the crates in, get there early before it starts. Get me on the show or take him out. You know what I'm saying? Buy him a drink. Like the old stuff that we used to do back in the day, trying to break into the game.
Yeah.
A lot of time about the work ethic and building those relationships. I think once you build a relationship and you be genuine and you keep showing up and be a man of your word, it can outdo the money, because the money gonna buy the fake ones anyway. So the next person with the money come with a little more money than you have, you out the way anyway.
Yeah.
So you gonna play yourself with the money. If I'm getting you money, you fucking me because I got the money, and this dude come with a little more money, you out the way anyway.
Yeah.
So shit, so we gonna lead with the work.
I love it.
But we're gonna have the money if we need it because we understand it's a business.
Right.
So I got one more question for you because I know we talked a lot about Auntie Love, but go a little bit deeper into what people can expect to hear from the Southern Soul part of what you're bringing with this project. So that way they know we got the summer on lock, but here's what's coming behind it too.
Oh, the project called Sugar Daddy Blues. You feel what I'm saying? So I got the aunties. I got as a businessman, once again, as a businessman, I got to appeal to a younger audience also. So I think young ladies right now in this world, at least in Atlanta, Georgia, they like sugar daddies. So I got the aunties. I got to feel like this sugar daddy. You feel me? But like, and image-wise, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's a lot of fun records. I got the Mother's records. Me and Gipp gonna do some more records, man. Yeah. And we gonna have fun with it. Make seasonal records, man. Holidays, you know, stuff that they cook out music, man, and just get everybody back, get that feeling like grandma's house on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? That soul food. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, man. People get to smile again. People ain't seen their gums and teeth in a long time. They've been mugging so long, shit, they feel like they're having a stroke when they smile.
Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Again, you guys have came on here and dropped so many gems, so many nuggets of information, and even gave us like a blast from the past and thinking back to how the industry used to be to really understand where it's going in 2024 and beyond. Like, tell the people again, Gipp, where they can follow you at while Sky comes back on, so that way, even after.
Oh man, you can find me at Gipp Goodies, man, everywhere. Gipp Goodies, man. If you want to try some Gipp Goodies, non-alcoholic experience, hit shop Gipp Goodies. Hey, you can push pun, and you can get some Gipp Goodies to come to your house. So yeah. It's all about just expanding and keep doing the things that we're doing in music, man, to keep pushing a positive message.
There you go. Sky, let these people know where they can find you at, follow you at, and keep up with your movement.
All right, at Sky Whatley, all platforms at Sky Whatley, Auntie Love remix, video about to drop, single about to drop, you know what I'm saying? Catch us in the city near you, a juke joint, hole in the wall, or a festival. All the above. Shout DJ Jelly, everybody Blue, everybody 278 Entertainment, all the people that supported us on the Southern Soul side, we appreciate it. And we can just have fun with it and bring something to the game that they ain't seen.
Yeah.
You guys know that it is Just Miss Wells. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Just Miss Wells. You can keep up with the Fleet Nation podcast.
Shout out to Fleet.
Shout out to Fleet. Gotta Tell Classic. Thank you for making these connections and keeping the DJs, the independent artists, and our legends relevant and in the industry and in their face at all times.
Also, there's a dance. We got a dance too. Let me plug that in. We got the Auntie Love dance. Go on YouTube. Check it out. Shout out to Reggie. It's going crazy. It was just on the Carnival cruise, all on the water. Like, it's everybody on YouTube creating it. I mean, just mimicking it and learn to dance. Go learn the Auntie Love dance. It's going down.
Listen, only learn it. Make sure y'all tag these individuals in the videos that you are on here posting, so that way they can make sure they see you out here doing the Auntie Love dance too. Any promo that we're gonna get behind this song, we want it. We want all the smoke. Of course, you guys stay connected with the Fleet Radio Network by downloading the app. You're going to be able to find this Fleet Nation podcast on YouTube. It's going to be on Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts at. Until next time, stay connected with us on social media, and we are out.
Get out of the way.